Good Saturday afternoon, everyone. I had been out today, had to have my nails done, so the Goodwill was like 3 blocks up the way. So I decided to stop in. Goodwill's normally not what I do, but since I was close to that area, I decided to stop in. I got some pretty neat things. So, Cha Cha, hey girl. Hey girl, hey. Good to see you, Cha Cha. So, you know what they say? Oh, thanks, Cha Cha. You know what they say? Never pass up an opportunity. And every now and then you do find some things that are within the price range that I normally pay when I go to the other place. So I did find some amazing things, not a whole lot, but hey, I'm just one big video hound, right, Cha Cha? No, Cha Cha, sweetheart, it sure didn't. I have it. I'm looking at it right now, dear. Hey, Clint, welcome in. That Vera Bradley bag, the thing of it is, you don't see them like that. You do not see them with that metal. I have never seen one with metal, but yes, Cha Cha, dearest, it's still available. Kiss lock closure. And you know it's clean as a pin because Gina don't buy nothing that's nasty, and y'all know that. Good to see you, Clint. Welcome in. Oh, the big clothing. Yes, ma'am. I sure do. Yep. Ask and you shall receive. You like that, Cha Cha? It is a big one. You could put all kinds of goodies in there. Vera Bradley, man, people are bananas over Vera Bradley. They just go cuckoo for that. Look at my shirt. Eye of the tiger, Cha Cha. Eye of the tiger. Then, of course, it has it on the back too. But thank you. Yeah, it's got that eye of the tiger, tiger eye. In that, when I was wearing this, and I thought, tiger eye of the tiger. Ooh, I got the air on up here. We've had 3 nice days in a row. Now it's getting hotter, but we are getting closer to September and everything will start to cool down. We've even had some warm days in October, and just in time for Halloween, it's usually cold, sprinkling. I do too, Cha Cha. And one year it was spitting snow flurries. So poor little fellas. But my daughter always gets out there and she buys candy and she fixes up bags and stuff like that. And who does that anymore? She puts a little candy in there and odds and ends of things, and she does it every year. She does over probably almost 200. Because in this neighborhood, when they let kids out, they're like a pack of wolves, and they come in there. Yeah, she takes care of all that, and sometimes I help her, and she's downstairs, and Gizmo tries to sneak a piece of candy, but he gets caught all the time. So yeah, one time he got picked up a sucker by the stick and was easing back, but he got caught. But yeah, there's always it's it. Well, we have a little thing coming up to our house. It's like a little concrete thing that goes down and then up, and we have to put Halloween warning tape around that because some lady one year was talking on her phone. People said, "Hey, watch out, watch out!" And what she do? She fell right in there, but and she was just blabbing on her phone that I bought a 3 foot M&M character I'm going to fill for Halloween. Sounds good, Cha Cha. Yeah, she was on that phone and everybody was yelling and hollering at her, and I'm like, we try to keep it all to where, but it comes down and there's a couple steps and you step up, and she just happened not to be listening nor paying attention. I'm like, what do you got to do? Stand out there and put people in front of that to keep people from getting in that? That's why Shannon always puts the table away off where they don't have to go there so that no one falls in it. And she takes care of all that. I hope everyone's having a good day. And like I said, I picked up a few things, not a lot. That's true. Very true. She was on her phone just a yickety yakking and not paying attention. And next thing you know, boom. But I just happened to see a few things and give you guys an update on the Capital One situation and that Small Business Association. We sent them 140 pages of our business. They want us to, you know how you sign after you pay for your taxes, you sign the paper and they put it back in their files. They want a copy of that too with a signature. What do they want? A DNA sample? Really? See, here's what happened. Back during the C word, they was handing out free money, which we probably worked for and provided that for them. And then there was low interest loans. So this guy from China hacked it, the largest hack in the United States history, mind you, and sold people's information out, but they've never caught him yet. So if they think that I'm going to pay for their stupidity, I don't think so. But that's the small businesses. So anytime hey, Seven Nephew Troy, welcome in. Anytime the government's involved, they're going to screw something up. It's crazy. We sent them like 140 pages. They want 3 tax returns, your bank statements, and probably because they didn't find their money. That's why they're being pushy. I don't give up, and I have an attorney, a good one. And then there's Capital One. I'll read this real quick. See, Capital One's been jacking around with the attorney. Yes. And so, UAW has all female attorneys. So evidently they must have disregarded the letter that they was sent on July 29th. And here's what she had to say. I'm going to condense this. Please confirm that about the credit score. Please confirm that this matter is being treated as an identity theft issue and treat this matter as urgent. Your failure to act on this matter to remove our client's information from the related account is impacting her credit rating. You will be held responsible for ongoing damage to the extent if you fail. So I hope they put that in their pipe and smoke it. Now, these attorneys are good and they're all females. So she's just letting them know she's going to pull them up by the scruff of their neck. Because this has been going on for 2 years. And if they think they're going to hook me up they were supposed to have called me. And I was going to have to go through all that again, go to the police station, get a report, do this, do that. Then they was going to call me personally. Phone call never happened. So therefore, that's why she's saying you will be held responsible for ongoing damage to the extent you fail to act. So I hope they put that in their pipe and smoke it. But anyway, But anyway, that's what's going on with that. And the government, you know, we gave them everything, they 140 some odd pages. Now we have to go up to the tax lady and take a picture of where we sign the taxes. What does that matter? Really? That is just crazy. So we'll get it for, see, if they think I'm going to pay for their blunder and their stupidity, they are totally wrong. Because I ain't going to do it. I will fight them until I'm 150 if I have to. And as feisty as I am, I may live to 150. But anywho, that's what's going on. It is insane. And, what do they want? A DNA sample? See, they want everything from you, but they don't want to tell you nothing, but they want to accuse you of it. They know that all that information was sold by this Chinese guy to all these people, and he made millions of dollars, and the government lost millions because they were stupid. They don't look into things. All here, and the bad part is, hey, Laura, is that the money that they gave away free was our taxpayers' money. A bunch of dirty scoundrels. And they ain't going to come at me because I'll hand them their rear end. I won't have to do it. My attorney will handle them. And I won't even, I'll just sit back smiling and rubbing my hands waiting on their demise. But anyway, so they got their letter. I hope they're happy. They better respond because it's about to get ugly. Oh, yes, nephew Troy. I'm a very nice person, but when you push me in a corner, I'm coming after you. And you can believe that. You may not even see it coming. No, I'm kidding. But anywho, we're getting all that rigmarole out of the way. And yes, the government wants even more stuff. It's not enough that they know our banking business, our tax business. Really? Well, they want a DNA sample. They're about that stupid. And they probably hired people up there that a chimpanzee would have a higher intelligence level, and they're doing nothing and getting paid. Meanwhile, they want to blame other people. I'll bless the window. They're so stupid. Uh, they probably couldn't understand English. But that's what, they've got people up there. They're probably clueless. They're sitting there taking up space. Meanwhile, we're paying the brunt. So, so moving on, but I just wanted to let y'all know what was going on. And so we have to go to our tax lady and get a picture of the sign where we signed them. Our name and 100 and some odd pages wasn't good enough for them. Can you believe that? I ain't paying them nothing? Zero, zip, nada. The information we sent was plenty enough for them to come to a conclusion, but they ain't hanging me with that. I'll hang them first, I guarantee you. Of course, they're so ditzy, they'd probably put the noose around their neck and jump off the chair by themselves. But anyway, let's get to the goodies. It's just one thing after the other. Aggravation. People trying to hook you with a bill that you didn't make. People not doing their job. So, and you guys remember when this Capital One thing got started, it took me 5 people to find out where that money was spent. And they kept sending, it had a different person's name on it, my address. And the place that they told me it was spent, I called the sheriff's department and they said, ma'am, we're a very small town. We don't even have one. So, and then the lady's name that was on that envelope, which was not me, I had the police come up here and run her name, couldn't find her. Now, see, they could have done that. But see, they don't want to. They want to blame me, and I'm not. Before it's over with, they'll owe me, and you can bet that. Because that attorney's tired of fooling with them. It's been going on too long, and the gauntlet is about to fall. So, moving on, I'll quit harping about that. So, some of these things, like I said, I don't have a lot, but oh my God, this is the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. I'm going to be really careful with it. What's that judge on TV, not Judge Judy? Hey, Austin, welcome in. I think she's a black lady. She says, "Don't get me testifying up in here." So, nothing against, you know what I mean, but I'm just saying how she did it. But anyway, isn't this beautiful? And see, this is a Andrea by Sadek piece. Very beautiful. Like I said, every now and then I'll go by Goodwill, but not often because they don't seem to have the prices. Hey, Gigi, welcome in. Isn't that beautiful? And that is porcelain. And every petal on that I checked. Every petal. They're all there. Here's the bottom of it. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me move it in a little bit. Isn't that so? This is a collectible, but isn't it beautiful? It's even signed right here on the bottom right. See, right? Let me move it in a little bit right there. So this is really, and I went over it with a fine tooth comb, but it is really beautiful. So there that is. I was watching the cashier like a hawk when she was putting that in there. Maybe that's why she was nervous. No, I'm just kidding. But I thought that was a gorgeous piece, and very rarely do you find, as porcelain, find something, especially a petal on a rose in that good a condition, like never. So there's that. Whoa. So, like I said, I very rarely go to the Goodwill because I got my hot spot already. I know where the goodies are. So more than likely. And the Sadek brand is very collectible. And I'll show you this. I haven't Googled anything. I just come up here and, if I see something that strikes my fancy, I just go ahead and pick it up. Something that I feel like that is special, and 9 times out of 10, I'm not wrong. Just saying. But this, I believe that's hand painted. But wait, there's more. We have this big old plate, and you can feel the. It's really neat. All right, where's that other piece? Surely I got everything. Voila, the matching. You guys, I have never seen so much information, and I'll clean that marker off. It will come off with alcohol. I have never seen so much information on a piece in my entire existence. Of course, that's 29 years. If you believe that, I'll tell you another one. There, I can hear y'all laughing now out there. So she ain't 29. I wish I was 29 and know what I know now. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? These stickers, man, they stick them on there. I had a little sticker remover. But anywho, let's see if it's in here. I swear, the more I try to keep up with something, the less I can find it. But anyway, this goes with it. Isn't that beautiful? Check out this on the bottom. Look at that. Let me get it up to the camera. Hey, Gwen, welcome in, sweetheart. I haven't forgotten you, sweetie. I have never seen so much information written in red. Now, when you find something that is written in red like that and it has something to do with Japan, you truly have something. Hand painted and MACAU. Hey, Jessica, welcome in. Don't forget that thumbs up, y'all. Thank you, Miss Jessica. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Couldn't you imagine the workmanship that went into this? Is hand painted. Isn't it beautiful? Just beautiful. And I really don't know the purpose of why it goes in the plate, but it does. Now, the plate doesn't have all as much wording on it as the other one. As a matter of fact, there's something on there and I can't even see it, but I thought, that's amazing because it's hand painted, very beautiful, pretty good sized. Let me get a measurement. I just thought it was beautiful and the price was right. So we're looking at about 13 inches and it's beautiful. And let's do a Google. Did I bring my phone up here? I'm going to do a Google search on this because I believe that we may have something really nice here. Just saying, just one moment. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's see what we have. I always like to Google search it just for fun. That way we know exactly what we have. So now, come on, camera, get busy. If you think this is pretty on camera, you ought to see it in person. Yeah, it's like I think you're right, Gwen. I think it is a shallow, what they call a shallow basin. I think you're right because it does have a little bit of lip kind of thing to it if you look at it. I have never seen so much writing on a piece in my entire days, but this is what it has on the bottom, all that right there. Let me get it to hold it right. I think we got a winner here, guys. A lot of times you'll see things made in Japan with just Japan in red. This one has a whole paragraph. So let's take a look at what we have here. It's beautiful. I always try to, like I said, Goodwill is usually not my jam, but unbelievable. I'm afraid to tell you what this is worth. Okay, but I will tell you this. It's a vintage Chinese light, well, this, no, that's light blue. Let me go and look. There's one, is that blue? Yeah, okay, it is light blue. You won't believe what this thing lists for. Vintage Chinese light blue. Let's see if we can get a better description. Unbelievable. Let me make sure I got the right thing first. It's pretty close. See what it says. I knew there was something special about this when I seen it. Vintage Chinese. Um, light blue turquoise porcelain ceramic ginger jar with lotus flowers and lily pads. But see, this one's a little different though. But no, it's vintage, and that's no fact. That's no. We're not whistling Dixie here, but it is beautiful. I don't know what they may have used that for, but all of that is hand painted. It's really beautiful. And then, wow. I usually try to check out the bottom of things when I pick them up, but that I knew there was something special about that. Especially place it over here so that it remains in one piece. All right, so next, some of these things I bought for myself. I'll admit it, some of the stuff I bought for myself. Now, this piece here, I felt like there was just the first time I walked past it, but the second time I seen it, I just had to stop. There was just something about it that drew me to it. See the little angels on there? And like I said, this is another piece that I know nothing about, but we're about ready to find out. Thank you, Laura. Isn't that beautiful? So, there was just, when you're looking at things and your eyes are everywhere and you're like, you don't want to miss anything and you don't want someone to get it before you do, kind of thing. So, that girl doesn't play when she goes out, does she? But it really don't have anything on the bottom. Let me take a quick, but they're holding some kind of flower in their hand right there. Isn't that pretty? Thank you, Gigi. And something just kept, how you walk past something and you see it again. And I thought, well, I'm going to get that because the price was definitely right. We may have an oldie here, guys. I'm not for sure. We'll find out. It's something so, I don't know, I can't describe it. Just something so, it just has something about it that draws you in, or it did me. Good to see you guys. Thank you so much. And there's Shell Bell. Welcome in, sweetheart. I hope Woody's doing okay. I know he's had some pain lately. I hope he's okay. He got what was the tip of his finger got cut off or something? Yes, Miss Jessica, please share this out. Do not forget that thumbs up. This is like it's angels, and it looks like there's sunlight coming down. Very unique, guys. Let's see what it is. It's vintage, I know that. Vintage angel face cherub vase. And yeah, it is vintage. Let's see if there's a year on it. It's beautiful. I mean, it's really, there's just something about it that draws you into it. You know what I mean? Let's see what, Lord, they don't want documentation. Let's see what it says. I like to see the age on things, but I don't know. Sometimes I pick up things that I'm drawn to, and it just some pans out most of the time. You gotta get out there and work the fields. It's about 8.5 inches tall. Thank you, Jessica. You have a good day. Yes, honey, they are cherubs, Gwen. So it's saying features pleasant yellow tones and gold colors with cherubs and flowers. And see that little angel, and that precious little cherub down there. Thank you, Cha Cha, for coming in. I appreciate it. But isn't that gorgeous? There was just, I passed it up the first time, but I thought, I'm getting that. There was just something about it. Yes, Gwen, it does. Now that you mention it, it reminds me of Da Vinci as well. It's just a very beautiful piece. There's no crazing on it or anything. It's just really just gives you that mellow kind of feeling, the little face. I bought a big picture, it's been years ago, of two cherubs together in this frame, and I bet you it's that big, and it's hanging on my dining room wall about that tall. And it was two cherubs, and it had somebody signed it, but I couldn't really see what it was. But I thought it was beautiful, and I had a spot for it, and my dining room's pink, so it all kind of met. That takes up about that whole wall right there. It's so big. Yeah, it is beautiful. So, like I said, this isn't a real big haul, but let's see, what else did we get? Now, that is a wind chime, and this one's for me, guys. Sorry. They're like, look at her keeping all this. But I found this one as well, and it's a wind chime. I had a label remover, and only God knows what I did with it. I might give it up. I don't know. You're like, she's up there hoarding stuff, but it hangs like that. And this you put outside, and it's got one of those on it. That's one of them solar things right there. And you hang it outside so it charges during the daytime. And then you have that light up at night. Isn't that beautiful? Then you got all this dingly dangly stuff here. Yeah, they are beautiful. Thank you, Gigi. But I think that's some type of glass. I don't know, but I thought it was beautiful. Look at the dragonflies. And you would hang it like this, and there. And during the daytime, the sunlight would hit the solar panel, and there you'd have it all lit up outside. I'm surprised these are still left, through everything that all the stuff goes through. But isn't that beautiful? And I thought, well, I don't know if I can give that up or not. Let me move it in a little bit. Let's hush this down a little bit. Isn't that gorgeous? Water can. Beautiful, beautiful piece. Lovely. Couldn't help it. I seen a butterfly and I had to have it. So there's that. Where's that desk? Here's another neat thing I picked up. It's heavy. is this desk. It's a reproduction of an old desk. It's very heavy. That metal is really heavy on that. But it is a reproduction. Probably that hole right there is where the ink well, back in the day where they put their little jar of ink in that. That's heavy. I think that may be wrought iron right there. Just really a neat, nostalgic piece. I thought it was really neat. And you have that bend down in the front, real fancy metal work right there. It's pretty good. It's got some weight to it. It is a salesman's piece. Oh wow! What do you mean, like a demo piece when they went door to door to sell different items, and they had little demo pieces of what they sold. Oh wow! Search it under a salesman piece. Okay, hang on just a second. Whoops! Let me get a drink of water here. Some are pricey. We got to see what we got here, ladies. We may have something amazing. But I'm when I'm drawn to something for for some reason, I always pick it up because my inclinations are pretty much on the money. But yes, this may there may not be very many of these in existence. That's true. And this is really that it has to be wrought iron because it's really heavy. Okay. Oh wow. I'm seeing some different things: vintage miniature American doll desk, doll size school desk, unmarked toys, wood and wrought iron, mini small school farmhouse desk. Yeah, some of them are up there now. You're right about that. Wow. But I see a lot of this American Girl doll information. School vintage school desks for sale. Okay, here we go. I think we got it. So let's see what we have here. My husband bought one of those real old desks from I don't know how old it is, and it's on my front porch. He was going to refinish it, but he never did. I guess he wanted to have that rustic look to it, so that or he just didn't want to do it. Three Hands Corporation cast iron and wood vintage look 18-inch doll toy school desk. Wow. So it keeps going back to the American Girl doll, kind of like what would probably be doll furniture or doll associated. Isn't that neat? So you just never know what you're gonna. Yeah, it keeps coming up. The American Girl desk, wooden doll furniture, girls school desk. Yeah, this thing's got weight to it. Yeah, this has got weight to it, you guys. This will put some muscles on you, but it is different. What really would have made it more fantastic, I thought this may have flipped out, like come out like that, but that's the way the desks were made back in that day. But isn't it neat? Hey, Brian, welcome in. Brian took a nap. I know he takes care of his mom and does, he's a busy guy. Is there any markings? Let me look. I'm not seeing any, but it's very well constructed. Very well constructed. Let me lay it down here. But I think it would just be a really neat. Sometimes you got to look it over with a fine tooth comb. And thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Where's my thing? But I'm not seeing anything, but this is in really good shape. When you have something, like this and it goes through donations, it usually gets beat up, but this one's in pretty good shape. It needs to be wiped up a little bit, but it is heavy. It's in really good shape. So I guess that's what the desks looked back in the day. But I thought it was really neat because people like stuff like this. But I've got one that we had bought several years ago. I mean, this sucker's old. I'm probably the 1900s. And yeah, isn't it, Brian? It's all hooked together. Isn't that cool? And it's sturdy. It's not made cheap, like this stuff they make now. They slap it together and send it on out. It's made really well, though. Really well. That's wrought iron, I'm for sure, but it seems to be associated with American Girl dolls. So you just never know what people are looking for. And if something kind of stands out, I usually pick it up. American Girl Samantha Girl Doll Desk. Brian, did you get your package today? I think it was delivered today, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll show Brian this. Look at this, Brian. You talk about beautiful, not, and I went over it too. There's nothing, there's no pedal damage or nothing. Isn't that beautiful? And it's by Sadek. So there's your little sticker right there. Isn't that gorgeous? And I checked the pedals, and it is highly irregular to find something like that doesn't. And I looked it over good too. But it's porcelain. It's beautiful. Isn't it gorgeous? Brian says, I know what drew her to that. It was that rose right there. It's pink. Could be, but it is beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? I'll have to be careful with that one. I'd be sick if I. But that's kind of a rarity because you just don't find things that go through donations and consignments and they're donated. You don't find that. I mean, it's like a needle in the haystack, but it's very beautiful. And when I've seen it, I run my finger all along it. But that's just amazing. Mm. Okay, Laura was right. I'm going to have an auction this coming Thursday at normal time because I've got some stuff that I need to move and have some new stuff. So we're going to have another. Takes me 2 weeks to recover from all the I've had some pretty whopping boxes go out, and when you got something like that, you got to really be careful. Mm. But Brian. I was telling some of the people in the chat about that small business association. We sent them upteen copies of paperwork. Now they want us to go to our tax person where we signed it and they kept it. Thank you, Gigi. They want a copy of that. Like we really were smart enough to forge all that. I mean, they just treat you like you're, it seems like the more honest, so they want more information if that wasn't enough. And they treat you like you're a criminal while they should have been working on the criminal that hacked into their system. So, and then there's Dear Capital One. And my attorney told him, she said, the letter said, your failure to act on this matter to remove our client's information from the related account is impacting her credit rating. You will be held responsible for ongoing damage to the extent if you fail to act. That's just attorney talk for saying I'm going to hand you your rear end. So there's that. But I've been dealing with Capital One for 2 years. And this other thing, they want, it's a wonder if they don't want your DNA. They got a bunch of chimpanzees working up there. If they're making $1 an hour, that's 50 cents too much up there running, and our money's up there. Bless their heart. So I don't know. They just want to keep jacking somebody around. Well, I got their jack all right. They're not getting jack squat because I know I didn't do that. And sometimes you have to, a criminal they would never question, but an honest person, like I told my husband, I said they're dishonest, so they believe everyone else is. Yeah, they wanted a picture of me holding my driver's license in front of my face. And I took one, front of the license in front of my face, back of the license with the Indiana seal on the back. And then they still wasn't happy. Oh, yeah, they can. Now, y'all, I'm not trying to make anybody paranoid, but that Chinese guy that still, they haven't found him, sold a bunch of information to these people, and they're using it to get all this money. Now beware, because the man that sold it's never been found. They know who he is, but he's left the country. Who knows where he's at? But there's still these people out here that has other people's information, and that is very scary. Yeah. So that's why me and my husband, we got that thing through TransUnion and all that, and everything's locked down. And it's pretty much, and they have $1 million protection if somebody steals your. Of course, your bank is insured; they put that back in, but that's why I'm going through this small business association crap today, because of that. Thank you, Brian. But it's just crazy. Here we're out here paying taxes, being honest, doing the best we can. And you got these people out here that gets your information. Now, here's a question that came up into my mind. A lot of times, and here's the weirdest part, I never got, how when you take out a loan and they give you payment things. I never got one, but boom, I got something telling me I owed $20,000. Never got one thing. like a bank would send to include with your payment. I never got one thing except for that. And it's like, didn't these people check? If you have a small business, you have a number. Did they not check that? Usually they require proof of your address, a current utility bill. Did they do that? Probably. Oh, here you go. All these people's been paying their taxes. Go ahead and take that now. And it's crazy. Well, I ain't done with them yet. I'm just getting started. They want us to go to we'll have to go to the tax lady and say, we need some pictures or copies of this. I mean, usually, you sign something, but they keep it for their records. They just keep messing with the person thinking they're going to give up. Well, never surrender is not in my vocabulary. It is, but they ain't hooking me up with no scam, I can tell you that. But I'm still kicking. I'm just a little shot, still shooting, basically. But at least, just imagine if someone didn't have an attorney and they got saddled with something like this. It would be devastating to people. So, guys, I'm not saying this to scare anybody. Just be aware that this guy that sold all this information and the people he sold it to, they're still out there. So really, really be careful. And if you can afford it, go to TransUnion and get everything locked. It's only like $30. I think it's $30 a month, but a small price to pay for the security of knowing that some scumbag won't be taking out a loan in your name or nothing like that. And you get that, they lock it down. You get $1 million in money replacement. And I'm not telling y'all to make you paranoid. I don't want to see anybody have to go through what I'm going through right now. And it's really aggravating. I've got the eye of the tiger on, Brian. The eye of the tiger. Cha Cha was in earlier, and I said, Cha Cha, I got the eye of the tiger. I know, Brian, and it's terrible. It really is. I mean, it seems like the more honest you are, you're always getting the short end of the stick. They would believe a lie over the truth. If you're telling the truth, they would insist you were lying. I don't get it. Thank you, Brian. I got this. I bought this. I haven't had it that long, but I couldn't resist. I said, Cha Cha, eye of the tiger, eye of the tiger. And it was so fun that she came in, and I was thinking about my shirt, and I said, there you go, Cha Cha, eye of the tiger. But, but, you know me, the little opportunist, if she sees an opportunity, she slips right in there. But, and everybody, Brian's going to be on with me on my newest channel, Genuinely Gina. And the topic I have picked, Brian, is, which I felt like was so appropriate, is what God says about taking care of your parents. So Brian's like, But, it's going to be quotes from the Bible, what it says about honor thy father and mother. And Brian is currently taking care of his mom. So I thought it would be, and usually it's females taking care of the parents. But I think it would be good for Brian and good for other people to hear him talk about the care that he provides for his mom. Because sometimes, we love our parents, but sometimes, we can get to the point, like they said, Brian, kind of take time to smell the roses, Brian. And I think I chose that because it's something that you're doing right now, and it's something that I'm sure countless of other people are doing, and it just made sense to me. So, but me, the wheels in my mind are turning all the time. But like I said, it's usually the females that mostly do the caregiving, but Brian, he takes care of his mom and he does a good job, and everything like that. And I think he's got a lot to say. And I think that it may be, sometimes that, I'm sure he loves his mom, but there's a certain degree of stress associated with it because you worry about him, worry, worry, worry. And sometimes to give people advice on how you handle that situation when you get to feel, and it happens to all of us. And I like to do those things that I feel like that would be beneficial to other people as well, and probably very therapeutic to Brian as well. So, yeah, that's what I picked. So, but Brian was telling me how much his mom loves that crystal cross, and it is beautiful. I could imagine a little bit of light hits it, and it's a sparkling like nobody's business, I bet. But here I thought, okay, the Small Business Association got what they wanted, and I felt relief. Then they turn around and tell me they want more. Yes. And I'm like, you know what they're doing? They think you're going to be dumb enough to pay it. I ain't paying them nothing because I didn't do it. And those tax statements and those bank statements should have been enough. What do they think? We got a big gold mine under this house that we're keeping from the government or what? That's crazy. You know, we're honest people. I've worked in the past. My husband's worked since he was 16 years old. He was shoveling barns when all these other kids was playing with marbles now. And he knows what hard work is. And, his parents were not wealthy, and mine were, nah, I wouldn't, we was probably above middle class, but he worked for everything he had. And if he didn't have the money, he wouldn't buy it. That's when we got married, he had to establish that credit because people won't fool with you if they can't go back and look and see how you made payments on stuff and kept your responsibility. They don't want to take that risk. So you have to start somewhere. I think he bought a car, I think, but he worked for everything. And I work quite a bit myself, but it's like if you're out there trying to make a decent living and doing what you should, boom, somebody tries to lay something in your lap. Well, I'm here to tell you, I'm not the type that'd put up with that. And thank goodness I have an attorney, because just think if something like this happened to someone that couldn't afford an attorney, that would be really ugly. But I've got a good one in my corner, and I'm really grateful for that. Because they're all females. There's three of them, and they're really good, especially the one that I have dealt with, this whole time through everything. So, yeah, Brian, you had said she loves the cross, and it is beautiful. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I might get outside a little bit when the sun goes down. It's not so hot. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and share this video. So until about Tuesday, love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you Tuesday. Bye bye. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you. You too, Brian. Thank you so much.